What's up, everybody? On today's episode of Off the Bench podcast, I myself, with our special guest, Trevor Henson of Bam Bam Sports, we're going to be bringing you a 12-team PPR mock draft from the 10 spot. We're going to be trying to build you guys a winning team, and we're going to take turns doing it. He's going to start us off with a round one pick, me round two, and we're going to keep on going and seeing if we can build you the best team possible to win your league from the unwanted 10 spot. So here we go. All right. Everything looks normal starting out. We got Christian McCaffrey going 1, Jefferson, Austin Eckler, Jamar Chase, Kelsey, Robinson, Hill, Cup, Barkley. And here we are sitting at number 10. Trevor, what you thinking with what's already off the board?
What is this? And we're going with PPR ranking here.
PPR.
Our standard point system.
We're going PPR.
So
I'll move the board up and down
PPR. That's a tough one.
We got Jonathan Taylor, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Garrett Wilson. All the average round 10th overall person. See it down there on the left. That's what we're working with.
Since there's a pretty good mixture here, I mean, if it was me, I kind of would have to go with Stephon Diggs. He's a stud. He puts up a lot of points every week. He's kind of, he's a consistent player.
All right.
Let's go with Stephon Diggs.
All right. We're taking a receiver late right there. 10th overall. It's coming back around to us. Jonathan Taylor went. Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, and Nick Chubb is back around to us. We're trying to build the winning team here. Best overall team. Sitting with what we have A.J. Brown, Patrick Mahomes sitting there at 15, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. We have some pieces here. I think.
That's
it's tough, huh?
That's tough. You see you're eyeing Mahomes. You go with can't go wrong with the guy he's killing it every year, He's always a top 1 or 2 QB every year in fantasy points.
He's averaging
easily number 1.
20 a season right now. He was the number 1 last year.
And since it's what running backs we have left going here? Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. You know how then that can get quick, but there are still a lot of options.
I think
we're going to go sleepers.
With me second, I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes right here. I think, and see what happens.
Yeah, I like it.
So far we're sitting with Stephon Diggs round 1, and at the 2-3 turn we got Patrick Mahomes. We have I'm glad we did because quarterbacks started going off the board right here. Jalen Hurts went, Josh Allen went, Garrett Wilson.
It's usually a strategy too.
Absolutely. All right, back to us. We got left on the board Kenneth Walker, Seattle Seahawks, great player.
Great player.
Don't need either of those. Deebo Samuel, Jahmyr Gibbs, Keenan Allen, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Hopkins. We got a number of players that we can pick from right here.
Hopkins will end up on somebody's team. I think he's gonna be the Browns or the Patriots. We'll see. But
I agree.
He's gonna be that'd be a cool little link up with Deshaun Watson over with the Browns.
It would be. What are you thinking right here since we have a quarterback and receiver already with what's available?
I say we go with Kenneth Walker's not a bad option.
It's your pick, man. Kenneth Walker, Deebo Samuel, Jahmyr Gibbs, Keenan Allen.
Is Najee Harris? Is he gone?
He is. Yes, he already went.
Okay, I go with Kenneth Walker. Or is J.K. Dobbins?
Let's see. Let's look for running backs. J.K. Dobbins is still there if you're wanting to take him.
With that offense, the way they're going to be this year, if he stays healthy, let's go Kenneth Walker. Let's go with Kenneth Walker. It's going to come back to us here in a second. Let's see if he comes back.
All right. So we're sitting here. It's my pick right here with our 4th overall. 4th round. We're sitting at 4th return. We got Deebo Samuel, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, T.J. Hawkinson, Mark Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley.
Hello?
I think what I'm picking right here, I'm going to take we have our stud wide receiver 1. It's always good to stack running backs at this point in the draft. And a lot of people might think this is a crazy pick. But to me, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 12 running back this season based on him going to the Lions. If you watched him at Alabama, the guy was a stud. He's Alvin Kamara is who he is, except younger and healthier. So I think
Bam Bam Sports.
absolutely. I think if we went Jahmyr Gibbs here, where the Lions are the number one rushing team, they have an elite rushing offensive line. I think it's safe to take Jahmyr Gibbs in the 4th round. I think it's going to be a steal and going to be a great return on investment.
Yeah, I think they'll be kind of like the Browns with Chubbs, and when they had what was the other running back? He's not there this year. Kareem Hunt. I think it'll be similar to that because they got David Montgomery too, I believe now. So who is kind of like number 1, but I think with Jahmyr Gibbs, oh man, it's gonna be all. I'm glad. I know they lost DeAndre Swift, but yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs he's gonna be lethal in the NFL. I like it.
All right, so we're sitting at the 5-10 now. We have our 2 running backs with Kenneth Walker and Jahmyr Gibbs, our stud wide receiver 1 with Stephon Diggs, and the number 1 overall quarterback with Patrick Mahomes. We're sitting here needing a wide receiver 2 still, but we can still go with a flex running back. It's up to you. Top available options. We actually have Miles Sanders right here as the top available flex player. Chris Godwin, Christian Watson, Swift, Dalvin Cook still on the board, which is an interesting option right here.
Well, Dalvin Cook's still there just because they have Alexander Madison as the top running back for the number 1 runner. I don't know what's going on with Cook. I haven't looked back on his contract negotiation, how he was trying to do all that. So I believe the Vikings, didn't they end up just releasing him?
He's released. He's a free agent. And more than likely it's saying that he's speculated to sign with the Dolphins. But we're sitting at 15 seconds. We got to make it. What you looking at, man?
DeAndre Swift.
All right. Hey, I love that. Absolutely love that pick. He's going to the Eagles. If you watched Hard Knocks last season, it covered the Lions, and they were talking about how they believe DeAndre Swift was the best running back in the entire league. He just had a down season because of injury. They had that 12th overall pick, and Jahmyr Gibbs is an absolute monster. He was sitting there, and they had to take him. If they didn't, I know that's paying high for a running back, but for what Dan Campbell likes to do, I feel like Jahmyr Gibbs fit that better than DeAndre Swift did. Okay, I agree. So sitting here, we have our 3 running backs. We have our RB1, 2, and the flex. All starting running backs, which sits great with me. We have Stephon Diggs still as our wide receiver 1, looking for a 2 right now. So I'm going to go over to our wide receivers and see what's available. And there's tons of options. We have Michael Pittman, Jerry Jeudy.
The only other would be tight end. I do see top 5 tight ends or top 6 tight end. Darren Waller just went too, which is a good pick of being on the Giants.
Absolutely.
Having Daniel Jones, that's going to be killer.
So what I think I'm going to do right here, since there's still plenty of options at receiver.
Yeah.
Receiver's deep this season. I mean, we can get somebody on the turn to try to fill in a hole that is the biggest hole in football, which is tight end. I'm going to go with the last elite tight end on the board in my position, Kyle Pitts. And we're going to take Kyle Pitts right here and see what happens with that.
I like that. I think Kyle Pitts is top 5 tight end.
I do too.
Honestly.
All right. So we got our tight end, our quarterback, all of our running backs. Still need a wide receiver 2 right here. I feel like round 7 is a good spot to try to grab that. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Receivers.
You're sitting with Deontay Johnson, George Pickens.
I love Deontay Johnson. I know Steelers were a little rough last year. He's kind of hard to get a consistent numbers from him, but I do love him as a receiver.
Michael Thomas is there. Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Phillips. Good people left. Traylon Burks.
It's tough.
It's a very, very tough pick right here. Wide receiver
Christian Watt is Scroll
Beckham
all the way up. Well, how much time okay, scroll all the way up. All right, Deontay, George Pickens, Traylon Burks, Jordan Addison. He's the rookie, right? The Vikings drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, why'd I get this one?
Tough one right here, huh?
I don't know, man.
We can look to fill. You got
Drake
20
London's
seconds.
gone,
We can look
right?
to fill our second flex void. What you thinking?
I mean, Trey. I kind of want to go with Deontay Johnson, but
All right. So we gotta do it. We gotta lock it in right
let's
there.
do it.
I think that's a good pick. Deontay Johnson is Antonio Brown on that team. Like he's their target hog. And if PPR league, you want somebody that's going to get, 8 to 10 targets a game. I feel like George or Deontay Johnson can be that guy for them. This point of the draft, I feel like you just want to keep stacking. When you're in the middle rounds, you want to stack up on running back and receiver, as many as you can get that you feel like will give your team a chance to win. Right here, I want to take a player that I think is going to be, I think it's going to end up being their starter for the season. A lot of people, this will probably change later in the draft. He'll probably move up from rank 100 all the way up to maybe top 50. It's Jamal Williams for the New Orleans Saints because Alvin Kamara is going to be in legal trouble this season. He still has to go to court for the hearing that he had about him getting in a fight at a nightclub. So he has not received any kind of punishment for that happened last season. They pushed it to this season. So once that happens, I feel like, he's going to miss majority of the season. And Jamal Williams, who led the league in rushing touchdowns last season, will be that guy for them in New Orleans. So I'm going to go with Jamal Williams right here. All right. So we filled every position so far besides kicker and defense, which normally people wait on. It's Trevor's pick. He can do whatever he wants with it right here. 9th round. What you thinking, man? Top available flexes, we have Dalton Schultz, Khalil Herbert, Cortland Sutton, Rashad Bateman, Alan Lazard, Cole Kmet, Odell Beckham Jr. in the 9th round, which is kind of crazy to me. Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers.
Elijah Moore.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people. We're sitting deep.
I'm gonna let's see. All right, so I kind of want to. How many receivers do we have?
We are sitting with two receivers
already.
Yep, you want to go to the receiver right here?
Yeah,
Cortland Sutton, Zay Flowers, Bateman.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Man, that Beckham one looks nice.
Adam Thielen's still on the board. Tyler Boyd. Michael Gallup.
Scroll up. Cortland Sutton's not bad. Zay Flowers is the rookie for the Ravens right there with Bateman. Wonder why they have Flowers above Bateman. Good. Oh, he's suspended. Go with Cortland Sutton. I'm fine with Cortland.
Got it. All right, locked it in. All right, so we're sitting 3 receivers, 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 2 flexes, but we have 3 running backs. It's just one of the flexes are sitting in it. I'm going to look at what quarterbacks are left. We're not going to have to pick a quarterback again until very late because we have Patrick Mahomes, who we're not going to be flexing. He's going to be starting for us every week, even if he has one leg. He will be our starter. So I'm going to wait on that. Look and see what running backs we have available. All right. Sitting pretty good right there. Let's see what we're sitting at right now. Oh, it auto-drafted for us. It took Raheem Mostert, which I'm fine with. I'll make sure that it doesn't do that again.
That's interesting.
I know.
Oh, you have auto pick on, it looks like.
Oh, where did I do?
Right, bottom. Right, you see the little right below, right where you're just at.
Oh, sitting here?
Right there.
Oh, gotcha. Boom. Well. All right. Well, let's see what it took for us. It took Raheem Mostert, Alan Lazard. A lot of people we already took. Derek Carr.
I mean, I don't mind Lazard. I mean, he's got that relationship there, and Rodgers over there. So, of course, Garrett Wilson's going to be the one getting all those touches, hopefully. But Alan Lazard be right there too. We already got a defense as well.
Yeah, he gave us the Cowboys. That's interesting that it just flew on auto pick without me clicking anything.
mean, at this point, I mean, it's kind of you kind of go with your gut on a lot of these picks anyways. You can
Yep.
go off past stats,
Once you
whatever.
get
It's
past round 10, once you
very
get past round 10,
opinionated at that point.
yeah. I'll let you lock in our kicker, man. Who do you think is going to be the best kicker? Do you have a flyer
Um,
this season? I think the Eagles kicker will be good.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Justin Tucker. I mean,
I
but
know.
if
Well,
he's not there, right? He
John,
just went.
first kicker off
I
the
mean,
board.
the Raiders kicker does pretty good. Did he go too? Carlson, yeah, he went too. Oh, there's actually a lot of kickers that have gone already.
I feel like Jake Elliott.
Nick Folk with the Patriots is always pretty good too. He's usually, I mean, he was last year. He was like tied for sixth in
Yeah,
fantasy points. Um, Jake Elliott's great too on the Eagles. I mean, that's a high octane offense, so
I think we'll lock that in.
they're gonna be scoring, and they score a lot of points. So
Well, guys, there you have it. Once you get past the 10th round, like it did for us, auto drafting is always an option. Once you get to the 10th round, it's going to be a free for all. Everyone's going to be just grabbing who they think's the best, not necessarily based on ADP anymore anyway. So with what we gave you guys starting out, it's always good to take a wide receiver one early in your draft, your stud that you think could be the overall wide receiver one, followed by a good quarterback. That's always a good strategy. Now, quarterback used to get faded a lot back in the day. You used to be able to take a quarterback in the 6th, 7th, 8th round and be fine. But nowadays, there's some absolute studs with Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, even Lamar Jackson. Like any of those guys are going to be a good return early in the early rounds. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be with you in the next one.